Hello, lovely Dylusionists. Welcome to the 12 cards of Christmas, and we are on day 6. Can you believe it? I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper, actually. Yes, day 6, we're halfway there. It's a little series where I'm doing a Christmas card a day for 12 days up to Christmas. And they're not going to be too complicated because we're leaving it all to the last minute, as usual. So, you know, some take a little bit more time than others, but just some nice, quick ideas for you, really. So today I'm going to make a card using collage papers, and I'm going to use Collage Christmas set number 2, okay? And I can't remember if I've already told you this, but when you get the collage papers, you get large sheets, oops, like so. So you get large full-size sheets, and then you get half-size. Okay, so I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to use just backgrounds, and I'm probably going to use this. I might use that one, and then I'm going to use the hexagons in here. So I'm going to make a card out of that, I think. That's a pack that I just sort of show. I've got lots, as you know, I have lots of backgrounds tucked away ready. So I'm going to start with a stencil. I'm going to place this stencil and I'm going to draw this stencil. Now, this is a 5x7 card, and my stencils are 5-inch across. So it's not going to quite go to the end. But what you can either have it like that and then draw a line around, but I'm going to take it so it is at the end, and I'm going to cover up this end. So I'm going to place the stencil on, and I'm just going to use a paint pen, and because I am going using pink and blues, pinks and turquoise, I'm going to use a pink paint pen. You could use a gel pen, you could use whatever you want. And again, I am just going to doodle. It's one of my favourite things is doodling, and I do love to use my stencils. This stencil is the Star Flurry in small, and I actually use this all year round as well. I use it as flowers. It comes in large and small, and this is the small. Most of my stencils I do in large and small. The occasional ones I don't. Occasionally I just bring out small, or I just bring out large, just to confuse you and change things up a bit. But you can see I am doing this as a background. If you wanted it to be a bit more subtle, go for a paler pink. I'm not necessarily known for my subtlety, so oops, and I always make a mistake. I'm very slapdash, so I always go off into another one, but it's absolutely fine. Do you know that the doodling police are extremely busy at this time of year, and they will not come and hunt you down for any minor misdemeanors you may make? So feel free to make as many mistakes as you want. And if you give somebody this card and they say, oh, look at that mistake, if you slap them really hard, they'll never mention it again. It's always worked for me. So you just enjoy. I think we forget that that's the whole purpose of this, is to enjoy ourselves. I never do anything for the outcome. I don't do a lot for the income, to be quite honest, but it's never the finished thing. It's enjoying myself as I go along. As Tim will always say, the lovely Tim Holtz, you know, it's the journey, and it is. I create to assist my mental health. I don't create so that people can think how wonderful I am. And I think that's why I'm a journaler, because I tend to keep it all myself. Because I'm not bothered what people think. I just love to create. I have to create. It's like breathing. I have to breathe. And it always works out in the end. Might not be a masterpiece, but I don't think I was hoping it would be hanging in the Tate Gallery. It's a piece of card. So I could have done this with paint like I did you know, on one of the earlier cards that we did where I put paint through. I'm just trying to show you different ways. And sometimes you don't want to get the messy stuff out, you know. So this is just quite clean. The only messy on this is a glue stick, really. There we go. Okay. And then I think, oh, missed one. What I'm going to do, as I said before, I'm going to get some, this one, let me see if I've got a bigger piece. I want a bigger piece of that. I do tend to keep all my, oh, I was looking for those smaller words. That's handy. I didn't realise I put them in here. I do tend to keep all my backgrounds together separately from, I mean, any of these would work. I don't know what, there, I'm looking for this one, and I don't know why, because they would all work. But what I'm thinking is this down here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear the edge. We're going to have a little bit of a torn edge, why not? I'm just going to tear this edge off the card. This is a 5x7 card. Somebody asked the other day, do I use pre-made, do I make my own? I do a combination of both. When it's white, I buy them like this. I buy them in packs like this, ready, because I don't have white card. If it's mixed media or it's craft, I've torn the pages out of books and I've folded them. But again, one day I might be bored, so I might fold loads and I'll make loads of different sizes. Make whatever sizes you want. Just make sure you've got an envelope to match. That's what I normally do. Find the envelopes. And the other thing is, I never spend a lot on envelopes because I've never given a card to somebody and they've said to me, oh my gosh, that envelope was amazing and I've saved it. Most people rip that envelope open. So they only get simple envelopes from me. And then your card just wants to be able to fit inside, and that's it. So I'm going to have it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down here. I'm going to take this. Trim the top. I know it's bigger, but I always sort of have it bigger. Okay, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. The glue will, if I, you know, don't worry about that I'm gluing too much. The glue will dry. And then I'm going to take this card and I'm going to do it from the back because I want about the set. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see here? I want about the same overhang. Whoops. At the back. So I'm going to press that down firmly. Yeah. And then I'm going to glue this. Actually, I could trim it first. Let's trim it first. It'll be easier. And then I'm going to glue and I'm going to fold that over, and I just think it gives a nice finish to your card, you know, that you've got this bit on the back as well. So I quite often do that, take a little bit extra. And down here where I seem to have missed a bit, I'm just going to colour that bit and then do the top to match. Nobody will notice. And then I also quite like to do something on the back to make it look intentional. So I'm just doing a little running stitch. Just to look as though it's intentionally there. Marvellous. Right, let's get to, so we have the hexagons. We have these, again, we have large hexagons. We have small hexagons. I am using the small because obviously it's a small card. If I was working in my journal, I could use both. I can't find it. There we go. There's the large hexagons. Okay. And these were all made individually. I made all these individually and then pieced them all together. Okay. I did every single one. This is all my artwork. It's been in journals. So when I cut them in half and then I trim them down, this is what I get. And here's a bit from earlier. And if you actually look at them, if you turn them, and you can see I've taken one out here. Can you see here? I can either have a tree that's 1 hexagon, 2 hexagon, 3 hexagon, or I can have this one which has got 6 hexagon, or I can have this one which has got 10. That's a bit big for this one. It's too big, so I'm going to go with the 3 here. So I'm just going to come down and I'm just going to cut through the hexagons. Here we go. Okay, so I have a tree. And then I can use, I won't cut it off because I keep them together, but that can be one strip. So you see that long, oh, I will cut it off, then I can show you. You see this long strip here. That could have been on a card, you see? I could have had that. I could have used that for something or whatever. So nothing goes to waste. And then these individual ones I can keep. So again, this hexagon could be the top of a tree. This could be like a little thing for a tree to sit in. You know, this could be steps. So always keep your bits. Always know where your bits are. Right, so there we have a tree. And it can be whatever way round you want it to be, whichever is your favourite way up. I'm going to put, oh no, I don't want the star, I want the star there. I'm going to find a star for the tree. And then I am going to, where was the bit I cut off? I don't know if that's quite big. Oh yes, so that was the bit that I cut off there. Okay, so if I fold that in half, and just snippety snip like that, I have a stand for my Christmas tree. Ooh, a little bit there. Marvellous. Okay, and what else? I need a star for the top of the tree. Now, I can draw stars, but I know a lot of people can't. So again, I'm going to cut that star out. I think you could cut any of those stars out. If you can draw stars, you can do that. You could use a circle because you could always have a bauble on the top of a tree rather than a star. But just using these background papers. Whoops. I always leave a bit of a border. And all the collage sheets have background papers in. Only set 3 and 4 and Christmas set 2 have hexagons. There you go. That's nice, isn't it? And then, you know, these will all come in. So that's all that waste. That's all I've done there. I've just got that waste. And now I need a trunk for the tree. So I just look and see what I've got in my scraps. That could make a nice trunk, obviously a lot smaller, but that's quite long. I think I might want to keep that for a, oh, look, there's some, let me just move that out of the way. There's some, I'm just looking for a bit, just want a bit of a scrap. I don't like to use, oh, what about a bit of the blue? When it, oh, this bit, this will do. This will do. There we go. We'll have some of that. Because these are full length, I like to use them in the journals. So I think I am going to, I could use a pale pink, that bit of blue. Quite a bit of blue there would be nice. So I am going to cut that, but I don't want it as thick, so I'm just going to cut that piece. Marvellous. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Okay, let's get all these bits put away. And you can see that's all the waste. That's all I've got left of waste. So let's glue these down. Now, you always glue what's underneath. So it's the tree trunk is going to be glued first because it's underneath the tree stand and it's underneath the tree. So if you keep your other things in position, you know exactly where to go back to stick it. And as I say in class, if you'd like me to show you where to stick it, I will be more than happy to do that. Okay, let's glue this bit. I'm on my non-stick craft sheet again as usual. My whole desk is covered this because I just like to be protected everywhere. So there we go. And let's put the star on the top. It's murder on the dance floor. Oh, I don't know where that song's come from. It's not very Christmassy, is it? I think I'm going to treat myself to a new mat after Christmas because this is getting a bit, isn't it, when I've been doing all my ultra thickening. Okay, so now I need a word. And I do have some words cut out, but if I don't see what I want, again, these come on the sheets, large, small. Oops. Shine, no. Flurry, no. Another shine, ho, 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 no. Santa, no. Right then, so let's cut a new word. Let's cut a new word out. Santa, happy, jolly, merry. Christmas, bar, humbug, all the way. Jingle. Jingle? Ho, 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 shine. Tinsel. Tinsel. Tinsel would be a nice one, wouldn't it? Or presents. Presents might be a bit long. Dee, 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 dee. Dee, dee, dee. Tinsel. I'm just going to look at presents, but I think it's going to be too long. But there's no harm looking, and this is why I like to have them all lots cut out beforehand, because it's just easier. I'm just which do I prefer? I think I quite like presents, to be honest. So we'll have that. But you could have whatever you wanted. If you have the traditional Christmas pack, which is Christmas set 1, there's words in there as well, but they're all in red and green. And again, these come in large and small. These are the small. That size is large. That just happens to be on my desk. You see the difference in size. And you can mix and match them. You can put the two together, you know, and I could have ho, 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 like that, if I wanted to. Santa and his 3 hoes. Ho, ho, ho. Whenever I hear that, I think, Green Giant. Do you remember the sweet corn advert? There we go. Right, that's going to go there. Let's stick that on. You don't have to put anything on. You could put some back chat. You could write Merry Christmas. and then I'm putting it off centre. I want it more over here. Okay, and then I'm going to take a lighter paint pen, and I'm just going to put some simple doodling into this flower. But if I did it with the same pen I did the outline, it would be really strong. It would be too strong. A background is called a background because it's in the background. And it's physically impossible for me not to doodle. Can you see? It's just simple. I'm just doing little lines, very slapdash. It's just a pale pink. You could have done the whole thing in pale pink, but I wouldn't have done the whole thing in this bright pink because it's still in the background. If I'd have done it in bright pink, it would just have been too much for a background. But you could have coloured it with some rose quartz ink. You could have painted it in with some pink flamingo dust. It is on white cards, so it would be very, very subtle. And you would have to tilt the card to see it, so that could look nice. But I'm just trying to do lots of different things for you. I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit now. We went to see Santa yesterday. Went on Santa's sleigh at the Elf Airlines. Got to the departure lounge and off we went. It wasn't Lapland or anything like that. It was just a beautiful farm that we go to every year. I hope you're getting in the holiday or Christmas spirit. I know a lot of you don't celebrate Christmas, but you know, a card like this again could be doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. If you take the presents off, it's just a lovely tree. And then I'm going to outline everything because I always do. You might prefer the burr look and you could just leave it like so. I have to outline. Come on, you know me by now. Here we go. So, to outline the star. I'm a bit neater on a card than I actually am in a journal because again the card is going to be given away to one of you. So again, if you like, comment and share this video. Share it from Facebook onto Facebook. If you do all three, you'll be entered in a draw to win this card, and I will sign it for you and send it to you. Probably after Christmas, and that happens every single day. So you can enter every day. Every day. You have to like it. You have to like it on Facebook, share it on Facebook, and leave a comment, and you will be entered into a draw. There we go. I think I'm going to go a bit rash and add a little bit of my stickles. It's Christmas. I think I'm just going to put in the centre of the Star Flurry just the tiniest drop. Now just be careful, this takes a lot longer to dry than you think, so oops, just put it somewhere safe. This is my Dylusions stickles, and there we go. Oops, there's your lovely card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.